this was a really interesting thing. They asked him about him in his early career. He was really classy about it. He didn't drag the Twins. He more so focused on the positives of the Red Sox.
And once I got to Boston, I went with a mentality to learn why Pedro was an all-star, why Manny was an all-star, why Verite was an all-star, why Norman Garciaparra was an all-star. Because I know I got the talent, but it doesn't matter how much talent you got if you don't have the right people around you that you can learn to bring your ability to the highest level. You know, when I got to Boston, I was all ears. And then you see this guy behind me. This guy was like a father to me.
If you think about it, you know, you look back to like the 2002 Twins. And again, these were teams that were winning divisions. These were good teams. I love those rosters, man. So much fun. And they all kind of came up together. So much fun. But it's true. They really didn't have any established like superstar players that were kind of, you know, able to sort of set a tone like that, or maybe I think it's a different kind of leadership that you get from somebody. And I think maybe you look up to him different. So I just thought that was interesting to think about as well, because that sort of ties into the Josh Donaldson conversation or the Nelson Cruz situation of how there is absolutely, and it can depend player to player, but there absolutely is huge value in having, you know, former MVPs like Josh Donaldson in your clubhouse. You know, guys who've been around for and doing it multi-time all-stars like Nelson Cruz, who are, you know, not only great players, but also really great minds and guys who aren't afraid to lead a team. I'm going to throw two names out that I really honestly don't. It would be very difficult to see them landing with the Twins, but what do I know? Clayton Kershaw and Zack Greinke are both free agents right now. And, you know, it doesn't seem like their former teams have shown much. They're still free agents. That says about all you need to know. The starting pitching market was so hot before the lockout. Most of these top starting pitchers got signed. And Kershaw's still out there and Greinke's still out there. Now, I don't know. Well, Kershaw's numbers are a lot better than I think a lot of people would realize last year. He's still a really good pitcher. Zack Greinke is more so starting to tail off. You know, I'm not sure how motivated that either of them would be to pitch for a team like the Twins at this stage in their careers. But Zack Greinke, again, he's 38, so he may just kind of ride off into the sunset. You know, that's a hell of a resume. He certainly doesn't have anything else to prove. But some guys just love the game and want to keep playing. And if Zack Greinke wants to keep playing, it's entirely possible that Houston's not going to be interested in bringing him back. You know, these are slipping for Zack Greinke in terms of his numbers, and he actually ended up in the bullpen for Houston, and that kind of carried forward to most of the postseason. But this is your number one starter on the Twins if he wants to play with the Twins. You know, Zack Greinke falling off is still an incredibly valuable piece to the Twins rotation. And I know he's kind of an odd character, and you know, I certainly think that he could add something to the clubhouse in addition to being an asset in the rotation. If you're Zack Greinke and you want to keep playing, and you want a guaranteed rotation spot, that's where. Well, where else would you rather go than Minnesota? This is as guaranteed as a rotation spot as you could find if you're a free agent right now. The Twins also might say, like, hey, man, if you come here and you pitch well and we're not in it, we will make sure you get on a contender. Clayton Kershaw, he's much younger, only 33, about to be 34 soon here. You know, a career-long Dodger. There are some questions about his health right now. And again, his numbers from last year, if you look at him in terms of Kershaw ridiculousness, it's like, oh, yeah, he had a bad year. But a 3.55 ERA and a whip that was barely over 1, 10 strikeouts per 9, and a 6.86 strikeout to walk ratio. Like, yeah, this was falling off a bit for Clayton Kershaw, but this is absolutely ridiculous performance Um, again, I think the reason why his market is kind of cool is there are some injury and health question marks. So take that into account. But he would be a guy that would bring a ton of clubhouse presence, leadership. So yeah, I have a really hard time imagining that Kershaw would want to come and play, for a team that he's, not have any history with, for a team that's coming off a last place finish. But maybe you have that Greinke discussion that we had, that there is a guaranteed rotation spot here. There is opportunity. And again, you could say, hey, if you want to keep your career rolling, if you're not finding the opportunities that you would like in free agency, come on over. You're getting every opportunity we can give you. And then if things aren't going well for us, we can trade you at the deadline. And I don't even hate that as a strategy either, because we saw with Nelson Cruz, who was basically a rental last year, he brought back Joe Ryan and Drew Strotman, who I think Strotman is going to be potentially a very intriguing bullpen arm for the Twins sooner rather than later. And obviously we're all excited about Joe Ryan.